All right, hey, welcome back. We are live from NRF 2024. What's the slogan again, Ann?
Make it matter.
Make it matter, make it matter. And we are making it matter live from the video studio at the VusionGroup, formerly known as SES-imagotag's booth 5420, with none other than a man who probably needs no introduction for all you OmniTalk fans out there. But for those of you that might not know him, John Furner, the president and US CEO of Walmart US. God, I had trouble getting that one out, John, but I made it. I made it through.
Great to be here, both of you.
Yeah, it's great to have you again. I get a little nervous whenever I interview John because I'm a big fan of his, just so everyone knows, watching live. But John, I got to ask you, because I remember last year we had you, first day of the show, you said something to the effect of, you know, in retail, the one thing you always have to be cognizant of is you're only as faithful as your option. Your customer's only as faithful as his or her options. So I wanted to ask you to start, how do you think you did on that, with that as your bar last year?
Well, Chris, great question. Good to see both of you again.
Yeah, you too.
You're looking great.
Thanks, man.
So we were just talking about all things going on in your life, and congratulations to the two of you on success of it.
Thanks, John.
Really
Thank
you.
Fun
Thank
to be a part of. You know, first, the thing that we talk about a lot is loyalty in retail. In many cases, is the absence of something better.
Right.
And so that may be a number of things. It might be speed, convenience, quality, inspiration, design, fashion. And there are just so many dimensions that we think about all the time in terms of serving customers as well and or better than the other choices they have. You know, and at Walmart, we're really fortunate to be able to have a hand that includes about 5,000 locations, a growing e-commerce business, a better way, you know, systems, technology to understand our customers and to move more dynamically. So, you know, back to your question, throughout the year, we really focused on speed and accuracy. You know, so many of the things that we've done over the years, including opening a lot of great super centers and building commerce, they weren't linked together. And they were task-built to do something, including like the supply chains. We had a supply chain for general merchandise stores. We had a supply chain for perishable supercenter. We had FCs. And this last year or two, we've really made a lot of progress building technology platforms where we can use the data to be more dynamic, to serve customers more holistically. I mean, look, it's our job to understand our customers, understand their intent, match it to a really robust catalog well, and then execute. In retail, you know, you can get a lot of points for talking about things, but the majority of the points come when you execute and you get the job done on behalf of your customers. So, look, we have a lot of work to do. The team is really innovative. They're coming up with new solutions. They're here selling some of those solutions.
Right,
which,
they are.
Yes.
That's another key piece, which differentiates you guys in a lot of ways.
It's exciting.
I want to click into that a little bit more too. So Walmart Plus.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of the plus. You're plussing up the expectations in a lot of ways in terms of what the customer's expecting of you and of Walmart. How does that fit into what you just described as well?
Well, you said it. If you're going to have someone subscribe to a program, a membership program, then the expectations naturally are higher. Mm-hmm. They're higher for that person, they're higher for the business. And what we do know is that when someone is a member and they use the service regularly, they become more loyal. And I know that's very intuitive, that's obvious, but it also dials up a lot of the things that we do and have done for years and years. You know, in retail, it's hard to know where your inventory is. Mm-hmm. It's hard to know how much inventory you have because it gets moved around and
quite a bit.
You know, the data, it's hard. And so years and years, retailers, including us, have always talked about perpetual inventory, on-hand accuracy is a big challenge. So the team has spent a lot of time this year using new technologies like augmented reality and new ways of using data on the sales floor, in the back room. Okay. We use one platform now to manage inventory from the DCs all the way underlying to the pickup and delivery operations. So accuracy's helped us a lot. I mean, look, this isn't going to be a surprise, but the reason people renew their membership is because you delivered what they wanted, when they wanted it.
No substitutions.
No substitutions. So our customer experience, we measure a lot of parts of it, which you'd expect. And then we measure something in Plus and delivery called the perfect order, which is did the customer get everything they wanted without substitutions or out of stocks? And there's a clear correlation between that and the people who say with the service.
So John, let me roll that back a little bit.
Sure.
So if I read between the lines there, then what you're saying is you as a company, Walmart, recognized very early on that to be successful in the omnichannel realm, which is what we're talking about here, you had to have good inventory accuracy in your stores, and you guys have invested in the processes and the procedures to make that happen.
We have, and we've made progress, no doubt.
Yeah.
However,
It's foundational.
Always going to be progress to be made. And think about the difference, Chris, in a fulfillment center and a live store.
Yep.
In a fulfillment center, anytime inventory moves with any piece of technology, first you know where it is, you know what's there, and it's you're quite certain on what you're going to get when you try to retrieve it. In a store, you know when it hit the back door. And after that, all over the world, you'll see a wide range of solutions that either help with or don't help with accuracy up until the point it's scanned out. But things can be damaged, they can be moved. You don't know if it made it to the floor. So we're using technology to try to make sure we're mapping out everything that we know where it is. And then the rest of the inventory, assuming the count's right, should be there available for either a customer to pick or a shopper on behalf of the customer for a pickup or delivery order.
Well, John, I want to go more into the stores for a minute.
Yeah.
You've made some big announcements in the last few months. One, I can now go get a mammogram and a poke bowl at some Walmart locations, which I was excited to hear about last week because I thought, where else are you going to be able to do that? Walmart is the town center for many communities across the country. What are you excited about, and what can we as Walmart customers expect in the coming year from our experience inside of a Walmart store?
I love the way you phrased that about it being the center of the community. I was fortunate early in my career to be a store manager. And look, the stores are so different today, that all the things they do compared to when I was running the store. But it is an incredible sense of pride and ownership to have such a meaningful role in communities all across the country.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, so many people depend on us for healthcare, as you said, or for basic necessities, for birthday parties, for auto care, for vision. And the breadth of the assortment is really quite magical. And it's hard to know which part of the assortment, if you lean into or pull back, can affect the total basket. But we know the more you can do to take care of people and meet them where they are, the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
So I think what's exciting for our teams, particularly in the last 2.5 years after we combined our e-commerce business, which you both did well, and our store business, is the stores are part of the customer solution regardless how the customer wants to shop.
Right.
I get the question all the time, you've had a lot of new customers come into the brand, you're trading with a lot of new customers, how do you retain them? And I think being flexible, whether it's picking up at the curb, running in the store at lunch, having a delivery, or getting the large assortment from the marketplace delivered, all in a way that's really right for the customers, really gives me a lot of energy, and I'm excited about that.
Well, and how does that unfold with Walmart Plus too? Because I think that's a natural extension too of everything that you can get done in the store, now going into everything you can get done as a Walmart Plus member. What else can we expect as consumers from that membership this year?
There are a lot of benefits, things like streaming services.
Right.
There are some other membership programs you can get access to, but when you step back, it's always about the core experience. And the more we know about someone's transactional, their purchase history, if we can use that data in a way that saves them time and takes friction out of their lives, not to try to manage their life for them, but to help them manage life. All of us would say, if there's one thing you probably want more of, it's time.
Yeah.
I mean, and more our time is consumed. We're multitaskers. We're busy. So, a family with a few kids and a couple cars and regular prescriptions, or a child that's sick, or the birthday party that's coming up. What I really get excited about, we just talked about this last week, is using generative AI in our search product.
Right. And talk about that a little bit.
It's exciting.
I was going to ask you about that too, man. That was going to be my next question. Yeah, man, great. Go for it.
Let's get into that. But you can, search is a great way for you to express to any brand, what do you intend to buy? What are you interested in? And the best search products will return that item, that category. But the first time that I used the beta product, I was sitting there in the middle of football season.
Yeah, what'd you use it for?
So I just put in Arkansas Razorback graduate, University of Arkansas. So I put in red tailgate party.
Okay.
Let's just see what it does. And I got back red canopies, red cups, tables, red folding chairs. And so it themes it all out to where it's really easy to create themes. So if you wanted to do a unicorn birthday party for a 7-year-old girl, or you wanted to do, you name it, we're getting much better about understanding the catalog, the signals, and pulling it together in a way that completes the idea. Because most people, unless it's a very specific occasion, very specific task, they're trying to shop holistically.
Yeah.
Right.
And the more we can make it easy for them to do that,
Right.
I think long term it's extremely helpful for our customers.
Well, and the great thing about it too is you guys are actually doing it, right? You know, I mean, it's a relatively nascent technology, and you're actually trying to understand, and you're trying to immerse yourselves in it to understand how the consumer behavior can change and shape and shift around it too. So, all right, I want to get you out of here on this though. So I want you to put your, we're at NRF, put your
Right.
more broad retail hat on. As well. What do you think the big issues are that are hitting the industry head on this year? What does the industry as a whole need to take a real hard look at?
Yeah, there are a lot of things, but when you walk the floor here, this is, first of all, it's been a great year for the NRF.
Yeah, it has.
Here this week, we have over 1,000 exhibitors. That's up from 850 last year. 104 countries have people
Spectacular.
here
Yeah.
in the
104
countries.
Wow,
So the
Wow.
global nature of retail is real. And we were talking about this at our board meeting yesterday. There are companies that feel like they may be operating within a single jurisdiction, but we're all global. We're all affected by supply chains and
Right.
regulation.
Yeah.
So the global nature of what's going on, not only in the industry, but just to hear this next couple of days, I think is really exciting. So, when you walk the floor, you'll see solutions in software and technology, data, privacy, a lot of really exciting innovations in the robotic space.
Right.
And so I think there'll always be this tension between those things that got us here and what's going to move us there.
Yeah.
But there is a lot here, I think, that you can be excited about. And there's everything here from a couple person startup all the way to the biggest companies. So really good variety.
That is very, very true. Yes, that is very true. You go downstairs where we are now, there's probably hundreds of companies downstairs, and up here, much larger companies like the Microsofts and the Googles of the world, Salesforce right outside the door, who you're going to be on stage with later today. Tell the audience about that.
Yeah, later today I'll have a chance to talk to Mark Benioff.
Excellent.
Mark, as everyone knows, is an entrepreneur. He's extremely creative. He has a way of connecting his vision to execution. He's a philanthropist. So I'm really looking forward to the session. I don't know what all he's going to say yet, but we're going to dive straight in to artificial intelligence and how it will affect the retail world, and also how we do this all responsibly.
Yeah, you're going to be learning from him probably as
will.
you're up there together. That's
not
awesome.
a session to miss, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Yeah, check that out. So, all right, well, John, thanks so
Thank you,
much
Chris.
again.
Thank
Thanks
you.
as always for
Thank you.
being here.
Thanks for having me.
Always a great time. Remember, we got one more, maybe even 2 more interviews coming your way today. Until next time, and as always,
Be careful out there.